Hi guys, this is R.A. Sweeney. Wanted to bring a little bit more information about the book Enosh and the Elohim. I announced last week that this is going to be releasing here on October 1st. And so in the next couple weeks, I wanted to just share a little bit about what you can expect from it. So I already mentioned it's kind of an imaginative retelling of the gospel, all set in the Garden of Eden. But it's a little bit different than what you might expect. So when we talk about the gospel, we tend to think of God made the world to be good and humans all sinned and failed and sin has corrupted the world, and through repentance because of Jesus and his death on the cross, we can be saved and not go to hell, basically, is basically what most, I feel like, of the messaging, especially for kids, about the gospel is. And not that I want to disagree with that per se, but I feel like we've told that story, and I wanted to tell a little bit different version of the gospel. Not that it's a different gospel, but different aspects of it. And so what I really focused on here, so it's called Enosh and the Elohim. Elohim being the Hebrew word for spiritual beings. So it's talking about this person's interaction with God and with the serpent and with the other spiritual beings in the garden and things like that. And so it really focuses on the interaction between humans and those spiritual beings, and how we were meant to rule over them. That's what Genesis 1 tells us. That's what Psalm 8 tells us. It's all over the Bible that even the spiritual beings, not God himself, but the other spiritual beings, were all meant to be our servants, as humanity ruled over all of creation. But then we became enslaved to it, and God came and has kind of relieved us of a little bit of that responsibility of ruling. In Jesus, he becomes the ruler. And so it's a little bit different telling of the same story. And so because it's a little bit different, because it's not exactly what we typically see, I put right here at the front, I really wanted to show this off. I've got I called it Note for Parents. So I kind of talk through a little bit more frankly what the story is about and how all that ties into the gospel, because it's not what we normally tend to focus on in telling the gospel. Everybody's names are in Hebrew because I love Hebrew. So I tell you what the names mean and why I picked those, and kind of how it all fits together into this big picture of the gospel. Is the story of humanity failing to rule over spiritual beings enslaving humanity, and then this king coming from God who is going to rule creation, and we get to be a part of his kingdom instead. So wanted to share a little bit about the book in that regard. I hope it's a blessing, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am for this book. Thanks.